So most people, they want to buy a house, but they're afraid. What are they afraid of? They're afraid of messing the whole thing up and taking a loss. But what if you had this checklist for yourself and you knew that this checklist would not only allow you to buy the house with the speed you want to buy it, but with the confidence so that you know, rock solid, you will not mess this up. Well, today's your lucky day. Why? Because I have the checklist for you. But first, my name is Marc Giles. Not only am I a licensed real estate agent, but I'm also a mortgage loan originator. I've helped people move out of their homes and move into new homes. So whether you're thinking about buying a house, selling a house, financing, I'm your guy. What I want you to do right now, I want you to like the video, subscribe to our channel. I want you to make some comments below because not only will I benefit from learning what you want to know, but other people will read your comments and they will absolutely love to hear what you have to say. And be sure if you have any friends, family, co-workers, church members to share this video because this is going to be some good quality information. And if you want to take the full free course, click the button below. It'll take you right to our site where you can take the whole course and learn everything there is to know about buying your home. All right, so the next step most people think, which is a big mistake, is that house hunting is the step. You want to just go out and start looking at these houses, right? Well, I'm telling you, big waste of time. Don't do it. What you want to do is you want to have this checklist. I'm going to give you a free copy of this checklist below. You can pause the video and download the checklist now, or you can go through this whole thing, grab the checklist, and then watch the video again and get your checklist complete. So the checklist is going to tell you the first 5 things that you need to do. First thing you want to do is check your credit. Why do you want to check your credit? Because that's what the lender is going to use to tell you whether or not you can afford this house or whether the mortgage company is willing to lend you the money. We're going to go deeper into that in an upcoming video. So you definitely want to stick around and complete this course so you can get on to that next one. The second thing that you'd want to do after you check your credit, you want to analyze what is on that credit report and you want to start paying off the certain debts that are required to be paid off in order to increase your credit score. That's right. After you've done that for yourself, the third thing you want to do, number 3, is you want to get pre-approved for the mortgage. You want to find a mortgage loan originator who can work with you to get you pre-approved, hopefully for free. I've been helping people get pre-approved, and it's a service that most lenders will provide at mortgage loan originators. So what you want to do is get pre-approved, not pre-qualified. If you want to learn more about the difference, check out our video about getting pre-approved versus getting pre-qualified. The fourth thing you want to do is know your budget. Why? Because knowing your budget will give you the confidence to move forward with ease. So you need to know exactly how much money is going out every month, where it's going. You want to create that budget list. I'm going to give you a copy of the budget list to fill in along with the checklist, so you can download that below. Now, the 5th step, this is where you want to make your needs list versus your wants list. We went over that in a previous video, so if you hadn't listened to that, please go back and check that out. And like I said, if you want to take the whole course in its entirety, the link below is there, so just click on it and I'll be happy to see you there. After you've completed the 5th step, the next thing you want to do is find the right real estate agent. That's right, you want to go out and figure out who is going to be the real estate agent for you. You want to find the perfect agent for you and your family. Not every agent is going to be the right agent for you. Now, I'm telling you from experience, I know a lot of real estate agents, as I'm a real estate agent myself, who specialize in many different things. There are realtors who specialize in renting apartments. There are realtors who specialize in helping sellers sell their homes exclusively. There are realtors who do property management. Now, when you've identified the right realtor, oftentimes the realtor who has been working with a lot of home buyers to help them find homes will have a network. They'll have mortgage lenders that they work with, mortgage loan originators. You might find somebody who can refer you to 3, and then you're going to interview those people. I'm going to share with you some of the things that you can ask those people to ensure that you have the right relationship as well. In addition to the realtor, you're probably going to need an attorney, maybe a title company, a home inspector, and also a mortgage loan originator. So this is the kind of team that you want to cultivate early on so you can get your house with the level of speed, professionalism, and confidence that will help you and your family achieve your dream of homeownership. So now that you have your team in place, what's the next step? You got it. It's time to go house hunting. So this is where that occurs. All right. So now you're shopping with confidence. You have your checklist. You know where the money is for your down payment. You know how much money you're going to part with to buy your house. Why? Because you got pre-approved. You know what kind of house you're looking for. And this time you're shopping to compare houses based on what? Priorities. That's right, priorities, not on your wants, your wishes, and your emotions. Priorities. And if you want to get deeper into that, you go back to our previous video where we talked about your needs versus your wants. Because this time you're going to get yourself a house. All right, you're out in the field, you're doing your thing. Now this is where most deals tend to fall apart, so you want to listen very closely right now. Here's section 4, how to make the right offer. So you found the right house. Now when you're going to make an offer, you need to understand the market value. Now this is where your realtor really comes into play strongly. And a lot of people miss out on this opportunity to get the level of confidence they need to make the kind of offer that will get them their house. So the realtor should be able to show you all of the houses that have sold recently in the neighborhood. Additionally, the current houses that are on the market and the ones that just went into contract that are similar to the house that you're thinking about buying. Why? What will this do for you? What it'll do for you is it will put you in a position to make an offer and feel confident about the offer that you're making. Now, is it possible somebody can come out and make a higher offer? Yes, it is. Why? Because maybe they don't know the market as well and they're willing to buy the house for more than it's worth. But if you want to make sure you get yourself a fair deal, you need to understand the market, and you need a realtor who can help you understand the market that you're purchasing your home in. So at this point, if you're making an offer, you want to make sure you're going to add the right contingencies. What do I mean by contingencies? There may be certain things in the home that either A, have to be repaired, or other things in the home that need to be repaired. So an outdated kitchen, well, when you saw the house, you knew the kitchen was outdated. But when you're looking at other houses that are selling with outdated kitchens, what are they selling for? Are they selling for a higher price than what you want to offer, or are they selling for a lower price? Or maybe yours is just priced right. Other contingencies that you could think of might be what they call a seller's concession. Sometimes there are things in the house that the seller may offer you an option to get a seller concession. So if there's certain things that the seller may not want to repair, he might want to give you a credit for. So oftentimes the seller can offer to pay some of your closing costs, or when you're making your offer, you might ask the seller to pay some of your closing costs, or maybe you'll ask him to fix a certain thing that was broken. Having a good realtor, a good mortgage loan originator, and an attorney or by your side can often help you articulate and figure out how to say what you want to say, making that offer so that the offer can get accepted. Now, when you're making these offers, it should be based on knowledge, information about the market that you're buying your house in. If you're not having this knowledge and information about what's actually going on in the market, the offer that you make may not be valid for the purchase of that house. And I've watched many people get their offers rejected because they're making offers that are not in alignment with the market. Sometimes the market will dictate that, yes, you can offer lower than this person is asking for their house. Other markets, you'll find that there are many people who are coming in offering much higher than the seller is asking for. Sometimes you'll have a seller that has a strategy. His strategy is to offer a very low price. Why? Because he wants people to come out of the woodworks and make a bunch of offers on his house and start bidding with the concept that if everybody's bidding for my house, then I could possibly get more than the house is worth. The third thing you want to know when you're making the right offer is when to push and when to walk away. When to push is if the person who's selling the house does not have any other offers and you really want to buy the house, yes, you can be a little more aggressive in making the offer and maybe offering a little more than what the person is asking for. And sometimes if the seller is not willing to work with you and you've offered him a little bit more, sometimes it's not worth continuing to raise your offer, and sometimes you just gotta walk away. Now that the offer is accepted, you got a small window of opportunity to schedule the home inspection. Now, this phase is very important because you're gonna get another person who's a home inspector. This person's gonna come to the house and go through the house with a fine-tooth comb. The home inspector is a licensed inspector, licensed by the state of New York to do exactly what you're asking him to do, or her to do. The home inspector will spend an hour or two with you at the house, going through every aspect of the house, and in the final analysis will present you with a booklet that he created specifically for you and your house with photographs and all kinds of information. Once you have the home inspection, you might find that if there's something materially wrong with the property, you'll have to go back to the seller through your realtor and negotiate how that's going to be handled. All right, this is section 5, closing strong. The first part of closing strong is the home inspection. The second part of closing strong is scheduling the financing, how to lock in your financing. So now that you've gotten pre-approved, you'll know what your qualifications are to buy the house. And you should have a good idea of what interest rates are and what your monthly payment will be. So at this point, you can go to your mortgage loan originator and ask them to lock in the financing. At the end of this video, I'm gonna have a bonus tip that you will not wanna miss, so stick around. And also, if you can subscribe, like the video, I greatly appreciate it. If there's any questions you have or anything you'd like to know or make comments, please comment below, because I always love to hear what you have to say, and other people really benefit when you give your comments below. So let's go into the third step of closing strong, and you know what that is? To read every page carefully. You should have an attorney there to help you read all of the papers and the documents that you're going to sign. If the mortgage loan originator is presenting you with documents telling you about the monthly payments and the closing costs, the closing disclosures, and all of the things that they have to present to you, make sure they go through it with you thoroughly so you understand everything. Even when the first day of your first payment is going to be on your mortgage, you should know these things. These things are important. So that's it. The third step of the closing is study those documents. Just read them or have them explained to you so you understand what's going on. So after the ink dries, you sign all of these papers, you've had them explained to you, you know what? You get the keys to your house. That's right, you own a house now. So this is where your new life begins. So there's 3 stages I want you to pay attention to closely. The first one is update your new address. That's right, get your job to know that you just bought a house for a couple reasons. One, now that you bought a house, there's some tax benefits that you're going to get because you bought a house. So go right down to your employer, update your address, update your driver's license, your passport, all of the documents. The next thing that you want to do, number 2, is you want to set up a maintenance calendar. That's right, set up a maintenance calendar. Once a year, you're going to check your furnace. Find a company that can come and check your furnace and your HVA system if you have one, so that it can stay maintenance regularly. There's certain things that you're going to need to do on the house, like clean the gutters. So I'll provide you a checklist of some of the things that you might want to consider need to be done on your house. There's a checklist below. You can click on the link and download that checklist. Third thing you want to do is take a really deep breath and jump for joy, because why? You did it. That's right. I've helped hundreds of people over the years buy new homes, and it's one of the most exciting periods of your entire life. Another thing I want you to consider, that the house that you buy doesn't have to be the house you're going to live in for the rest of your life. But this is a great experience for you and your family once you get that first house. Additionally, you might want to take our free quiz that's below also, and this is going to give you an idea of how ready you are right now to buy a house. All right, so now let's go ahead with the bonus tip. So the bonus tip is, listen, you do not have to buy your dream home at this moment. Sometimes you just want to buy a house that fulfills on what you need to be done. Why? Because there's a lot of benefits from owning a home than just having a dream home, right? So instead of renting an apartment, paying your landlord's mortgage, what you would want to do is get a house that fulfills the needs for your family right now. You could buy this house and over the next year or 2, continue shopping for your dream home, right? You can save more money. You can actually get a better job, another promotion. So I talk to a lot of people who currently are in a position, they know they're gonna elevate in their profession, they're gonna get a better job, make more money, but they wanna wait until that occurs. And I often tell them, listen, you don't have to wait for that to occur. If it's gonna come a year from now, 2 years from now, buy the house now if you can buy it now, live in this house, let it take care of whatever you have to do. You'll get your tax benefits. You'll get the benefit of home ownership. Maybe you can park your car in your garage now. You have a little backyard for the kids to play. It's a starter home. That's why they call it a starter home. It's a place to get started. Once you own the starter home, a couple years go by. Now you saved a few more dollars. You got your promotion. You got a bonus coming. Maybe you had a side hustle, second job. Things are working out. Now, not only can you sell this house that you have, and take the equity that you make from that house. So if the house goes up in value and you sell it and you make a profit, you can use that money for the down payment on the next house. That's what I did. It worked for me just fine. Or sometimes what people will do, they'll keep that first house, rent it out, keep that one as an investment property, and that's more income coming in. And you can actually use that income to qualify for the next house. So that's a strategy. Everything doesn't have to come all at once, and everything doesn't always have to be happily ever after and the last thing you ever do. A lot of times people buy these houses, live in it for 1 or 2 years, move out, get the next house. Sometimes they'll move out of that one and get the third house and maybe keep those two as investment properties. That's another strategy, something you want to consider, all right? So it's a pleasure for me to be here and an honor. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. And don't hesitate to start that next course right now.